always felt like there was a lot of room to do it better.
For 30 years, Don Williams balanced fame with a private world no one talked about. While fans listened to his soft voice, another story lived in the background. This double life was never meant to be seen. What did it change about who he really was? And why are people learning now? Join us as we explore the truth gently. A life of gentle music and peaceful goodbyes. Don Williams had a soothing voice that made you feel peaceful and relaxed, like a gentle breeze on a quiet afternoon. He didn't sing hurriedly or loudly to grab attention, but rather in a way that encouraged listeners to relax, take deep breaths, and feel comfortable. His vocals were smooth, warm, and reliable, conveying a sense of peace and understanding. Listening to him was like finding safety and comfort, like returning home after a tiring day. Because of his gentle personality, it was not surprising to those who knew him well when Don Williams decided to step away from the spotlight. When he made the choice to leave the stage, it didn't come as a shock or seem sudden. Rather, it felt like a natural progression. It was viewed as the next logical step for a man who prioritized balance, simplicity, and spending time at home. Don Williams was never attracted to extravagance or loudness. Instead, he favored peace, regularity, and a grounded lifestyle. In 2006, Don Williams announced his retirement for the first time. He also revealed plans for a global farewell tour. Fans thought this would be his last performance. Although it was sad news, it seemed fitting. His music always emphasized taking it easy, finding rest, and appreciating the little things. He often used his songs to remind people to slow down and savor life, rather than being always busy or stressed. He believed that family, love, and peaceful moments were more important than fame or being in a hurry. Many artists don't see retirement as something within reach. Don Williams, however, felt like he was finally embodying the serene lessons he had sung about for years. He opted for tranquility instead of chaos and relaxation over constant activity. His fans supported his decision as it reflected his true essence. However, he still felt a strong attraction to performing on stage. The excitement of performing in front of a live audience, the special feeling of singing for fans who truly admired his work, and the deep connection he had with his supporters made it difficult for him to stay away permanently. Playing music wasn't just a career for him, it was a fundamental aspect of his identity. Following a 4-year hiatus, he made a comeback with renewed inspiration and determination. In 2012, a new album called And So It Goes was put out by Don Williams. This album served as a reminder of his significant impact on country music. Despite the years that had gone by, his voice stayed consistent and soothing. There was a sense of ease and gentleness in his music. Listeners found comfort in his singing and were touched by the gentle messages in his lyrics. His relaxed and calm demeanor could be heard in every song on the album. 2 years after that, in 2014, he released another album titled Reflections. This album seemed like a heartfelt appreciation to his fans who had supported him through all his ups and downs. In addition to putting out new music, Don began performing live shows once more. Fans packed the venues from start to finish, not only to listen to his songs, but to experience the soothing ambiance his music always brought. His concerts weren't about energetic excitement, but rather about shared tranquility and emotional comfort. As people age, even well-loved musicians like Don Williams start to feel the impact of time. Don Williams decided to retire again after dedicating a lot of himself to music. Health issues, like his weakening hips and ongoing physical difficulties, made touring tough for him. Instead of pushing through the challenges, he chose to step back for his own well-being. Don Williams wanted to relax at home and prioritize his health. Fans were once again feeling sad, but their emotions were mixed with empathy and affection. Some silently wished for his possible return if he regained his strength. However, they were aware that he was irreplaceable. Despite the emergence of other country music icons and up-and-coming artists, Don Williams remained unparalleled. His voice was unique, his demeanor was unmatchable, and his songs had a comforting familiarity that accompanied people through various stages of life. Before retiring for good, Don had an exceptional career. In 2004, he put out the album My Heart to You with Sugar Hill Records. Following his first goodbye tour in 2006, he came back in October 2010. That same month, he was honored with induction into the Country Music Hall of Fame. By then, he had released over 35 albums, each known for their calm and sincere style. Reflections, which came out in 2014, was his final studio album. 2 years later, he decided to retire from touring altogether, bringing his performance career to a peaceful end. Don Williams was successful, but he didn't enjoy being the center of attention. He liked peaceful times and being by himself. Even though he didn't like fame, his sincerity and straightforward approach led him to great success in the late 1970s. People related to him because he seemed genuine. His music talked about normal life, universal emotions, and dreams everyone shares. He didn't try to wow people with fancy music or flashy shows. During the years from 1974 to 1984, 17 of his songs made it to the top of the Billboard Country chart. Some of these popular songs were "You're My Best Friend" and "Lord, I Hope This Day Is Good." They were known for being calm and soothing, not flashy or loud. Instead, they were gentle, meaningful, and full of emotion. Each song seemed like a personal chat, giving comfort rather than criticism. Don dealt with significant health issues as he got older, including emphysema, which made it hard for him to breathe. Sadly, he passed away at the age of 78 in Alabama. His death was a great loss to the music industry, as his songs had brought comfort and companionship to many. His music lives on even though he is no longer here in person. When his soft songs play, it feels like his presence is back. The music is soothing, friendly, and comforting. His retirement wasn't just the end, it was a peaceful transition to relaxation after giving so much through his songs. Don Williams chooses peace over the road. Don Williams' health problems have disrupted important moments in his life before. His illnesses have come unexpectedly during times he wished they wouldn't. These experiences influenced his mindset and helped him see things differently. After surgery, he thought about how touring would affect his body. He thought about whether he valued music more than his health and well-being. During his time of reflection, he came to a sincere and meaningful decision. Don Williams made the decision to retire from touring for good. This choice was not made in a hurry or due to strong emotions. It was a calm and honest decision that reflected his way of life and work over many years. He shared this news in a warm and gentle manner, as he always had. He said it was time to take a break from the road and enjoy quiet days at home. Williams also expressed his heartfelt gratitude towards those who had supported him throughout his career. He thanked his fans, friends, and family for their unwavering encouragement and made sure they knew how grateful he was. While his message was straightforward, it conveyed deep feelings. Fans who had followed him for a long time felt the impact of his words because they knew how much he meant to many. His voice had been a constant presence through various phases of life. Learning that he was taking a break was emotional, but it also seemed like the right decision. Many recognized that he had given his all and deserved to rest. Years before, he missed an important event due to illness. In 2010, he was unable to go to the ceremony where he was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame because he had bronchitis. Despite his absence, his impact was still evident at the event. Fellow artists paid tribute to him by singing his songs. Alison Krauss, the Del Murray Band, and Chris Young performed his music on stage to honor his legacy. Their performances highlighted his lasting impact on country music. Don Williams was highly respected by musicians of all ages, as shown by the tributes they paid him that night. His gentle and consistent music style had a significant impact. Williams demonstrated that meaningful music doesn't have to be loud. His songs may have been soft-spoken, but they were filled with emotion. He had a talent for storytelling using simple lyrics and calm melodies. He sang about feelings like love, heartbreak, hope, and despair that everyone can relate to. He expressed these emotions sincerely, without exaggeration. Some of his songs were influenced by his own struggles, particularly his battle with alcoholism, which caused regret and sadness. His difficulties impacted his relationships and his overall well-being. However, even in the midst of his pain, music provided him with solace. He discovered that by writing and singing songs, he was able to express his emotions and experience healing. One of his popular songs conveyed a desire for support and direction during difficult times. It contained a simple plea for bravery and serenity. Singing that particular song brought him solace, and it also connected with individuals seeking motivation. Another song delved into the enduring anguish of heartbreak and the slow process of healing. These songs were not born out of joyous occasions. Instead, they emerged from genuine suffering, contemplation, and development on a personal level. His music resonated with people of all generations because it was based on real feelings. Listeners could sense authenticity in his singing. They knew he was drawing from real-life experiences, not just making things up. This honesty brought back memories of the true essence of country music. In the past, country music was associated with honesty and authenticity. The songs often addressed difficult experiences like poverty, isolation, financial struggles, heartbreak, and overwhelming duties. When drinking was mentioned in the songs, it was usually portrayed as leading to feelings of remorse or sorrow, rather than being depicted as just a source of enjoyment. The emphasis was on emotional challenges instead of festivities. These themes added complexity to the music and made the lyrics appear genuine. As trends evolved, country music changed its sound and themes. Newer songs started emphasizing happiness and carefree fun, portraying drinking as a source of joy instead of coping with pain. This shift led to a decrease in raw emotion that used to characterize the genre. The stories in the songs became more focused on excitement and thrill, narrowing their scope. The deep emotions that were once a trademark of country music became more rare to come by. As changes occurred, the way alcohol was depicted started to change. Older songs talked about both the good and bad effects, but newer songs usually just highlighted the pleasurable aspects. Modern songs did not provide much comfort for those feeling lost or burdened. Many people seeking solace turned back to older, well-loved songs that still conveyed sincerity. Through all the changes that occurred, Don Williams stayed true to who he was. He didn't follow the latest trends or try to outdo others with louder voices. Instead, he stayed true to his calm and gentle nature. While other artists were known for their wild antics and constant excitement, he preferred a more low-key lifestyle. He found joy in quiet moments, spending time at his ranch and being with his spouse. He appreciated the simplicity and tranquility in life. His peaceful demeanor influenced all of his actions. His music exhibited a man who prioritized building relationships over seeking fame. Instead of putting on a show, he concentrated on emotionally resonating with his audience. Despite struggling with addiction and personal issues, he didn't shy away from them. He let those hardships influence his music, providing listeners with a sense of empathy. He talked about difficulties, getting better, and progress in his music. His songs demonstrated that going through hard times can bring new understanding and healing. His truthful lyrics made sure that his music would still be meaningful, even after he stopped performing live. His decision to retire was not a sad conclusion, but rather the start of a much-deserved break. Supporters were touched when he announced his decision, but they also felt a sense of calm. They recognized that he had put in his best effort for a long time. They realized that he deserved relaxation and good health. Despite not having any upcoming shows, his music would still provide solace and empowerment. Even though he left the spotlight, his influence continued to be felt. His voice, which was calm and caring, could still be heard on radios and in people's hearts. Even after he decided to live a more private life, the lasting effect of his work meant that he was never truly forgotten by the public eye. A modern threat to Don Williams' name. Throughout Don Williams' lengthy career, he typically avoided causing any controversy. However, in the summer of 1985, there was a notable exception. This moment was the only time Don Williams was involved in a public uproar. Surprisingly, the controversy was sparked by something gentle and innocent, rather than anger or ego. It was driven by loyalty and a sense of tradition. Don had a strong affection for the classic flavor of Coca-Cola. When the company introduced new Coke and replaced the original, Don was not happy. This was surprising coming from someone who was usually quiet and reserved. His friends and fans were taken aback by his public display of frustration. Don believed that Coca-Cola was more than just a beverage, but a tradition that held sentimental value and memories for its longtime supporters. He thought the company's decision to change the formula disregarded the emotions of its loyal fans. His reaction was intense, although he stayed composed. Don informed his tour manager to switch from Old Coke to Pepsi once the remaining bottles were gone. This decision, made by someone as gentle as Don, was considered daring. Fortunately, the situation did not escalate. Peace was restored quickly. The company eventually changed their decision and reintroduced the original Coca-Cola formula as Coca-Cola Classic. The summer ended well. Don Williams and the president of the bottling facility stood together in July, enjoying the first sips of the drink on a sunny day. Fans remembered the moment fondly. It showed that Don Williams' biggest conflicts were around love, loyalty, and tradition, qualities that fit his character perfectly. Hard times didn't come until later. The true suffering happened after Don Williams passed away. When he passed away on September 8, 2017, at the age of 78, it deeply impacted the country music world. Don, also known as the Gentle Giant, was more than just a singer. He was a source of solace for many. His voice brought calm during times of sorrow. His songs guided listeners through difficult emotions like heartbreak, grief, and goodbyes. In moments of sadness, many found comfort in his music. When Don Williams passed away, there was a void that couldn't be filled. His fans and fellow artists deeply felt his absence. Country music no longer had his comforting presence. The quiet news of his death brought lasting sadness. Years after, another surprise came that was very upsetting. In a recent November, something unexpected and unsettling occurred. A new album supposedly featuring unreleased Don Williams music mysteriously appeared on popular streaming services like Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, YouTube, and more. The album was called God and the Horses and seemed to contain 12 new tracks by the late country music icon. In the beginning, a lot of fans were optimistic. Some speculated that the songs were old recordings that had been overlooked. Others thought they were discovered in storage after years. A few believed it could be a unique historical release. However, the excitement quickly faded. After listening for just a few minutes, the reality was apparent. The music didn't sound genuine. The album cover appeared to be computer-generated. Strange and unnatural sounds were heard at the start of each track. The vocals lacked human warmth and the familiar emotion typically associated with Don Williams. The copyright information pointed to Gary Wayne Moore. It became clear that these weren't authentic recordings by Don Williams. The songs had been made using AI to mimic his style and voice. Someone had used technology to copy Don Williams without asking. The motive seemed to be to make money. This news was very upsetting to his fans. It felt really inappropriate. Don Williams had always been without any controversy throughout his life. He always displayed humility and kindness. To exploit his name and voice in this manner after his passing felt disrespectful in every way. The situation was more than just dishonorable. It caused real concern. A fake album was available on streaming platforms for a while, causing harm. Fans could have been misled into thinking the songs were real. Some younger listeners may have gotten the wrong impression of Don Williams' music. Without anyone noticing, a machine was altering his legacy. This problem is important beyond just one album. Making music has become more simple with the advancement of artificial intelligence. The protection that artists once had is now gone, and anyone can easily share content online, even using fake names. This has caused trust to decrease, with fans doubting the authenticity of new music releases. Even legitimate projects are now being questioned. For example, when Shooter Jennings released an album featuring real recordings from his father, Wyan Jennings, many people were uncertain about its genuineness. Artists who have passed away are at the highest risk. They are unable to defend themselves, set the record straight, or safeguard their reputation. As a result, they are vulnerable to being taken advantage of by those who prioritize profit over integrity. The fake Don Williams album needs to be taken down completely. Streaming platforms should be accountable. We need answers to some questions. How did this project stay online for such a long time? Why weren't there systems to protect the reputation of a respected artist's work? Stay with us as we find out.
A quiet rise, built on patience and steady grace.
Don took on a range of odd jobs to provide for himself and his expanding family. While these years were tough and lacking in glamour, they held significant value. They played a role in shaping the kind and considerate man he would eventually become known as. These experiences taught him about patience, finding balance, and the importance of consistent hard work. During this time, music started to become a part of his life once again. Don joined the Pozo Seco Singers, a folk pop group famous for their gentle harmonies and inviting tunes. The band's music had a cozy and friendly feel that resonated with their fans. With Susan Taylor and Lofton Klein, Don worked on creating a musical style that felt genuine and soothing. Their teamwork was successful, and the group signed with Columbia Records. They put out multiple songs that gained popularity and built a devoted fan base. The Pozo Seco Singers had some success for a brief period. They traveled around, made music, and performed for fans who liked their soft style. The band liked this time, But in 1969, Don felt it was time to leave. He decided to take it easy and try something new, which led to the group breaking up. This choice showed how careful and instinctive Don was in making decisions. Don took a break from the music industry for a year. He wanted to live a more private life away from the spotlight. However, he still loved music deeply. His love for writing and performing songs never went away. Eventually, he couldn't resist the pull of music and came back with a stronger passion. In December 1971, Don got a great chance to work as a songwriter. He started collaborating with Jack Clement at Jack Music Incorporated. This job gave him the chance to rediscover his creativity and improve his musical style. Crafting songs allowed him room to develop and express himself sincerely without feeling rushed or stressed. In 1972, Don took a big step in his career by releasing his first solo album with JMI Records as a country artist. This marked the start of his successful career as Don Williams, the beloved country singer. He didn't become successful immediately, as his progress was gradual and steady with no dramatic moments. Each step he took in his career naturally led to the next. In 1974, his song, "We Should Be Together," made it to number 5 on the music charts. This was a significant milestone because it demonstrated that people were really resonating with his voice and music style, not just for show. The success of the song gave him more opportunities and inspired him to set higher goals. As a result, he signed a record deal with ABC Records shortly after, marking a new and crucial phase in his music career. By the time Don Williams released his 4th album in 1975, he was becoming well known in the country music world. 2 big things happened that year. His song, "You're My Best Friend," became a number 1 hit on the country charts in June. Then, later that year, "Turn Out the Light and Love Me Tonight" also reached number 1 in November. These songs showcased his soothing voice and his knack for conveying feeling in a straightforward and heartfelt way. Fans all over the country loved his music and responded enthusiastically. Don's music was popular not just in the United States, but also in the United Kingdom in 1976. Songs like "You're My Best Friend" and "I Recall a Gypsy Woman" did well on the UK pop charts. British fans appreciated his soothing voice and relaxed demeanor. His music was genuine and easily enjoyed by people from different backgrounds. Don Williams began his successful music career with ABC Records. From 1974 to 1991, he released 46 singles, with only 4 not making it to the top 10. His music had a gentle but powerful impact on listeners, earning him a loyal fan base. One of his biggest accomplishments was when his song, "I Believe in You," became his 11th number 1 hit in the country music genre. The song also reached number 24 on the United States Top 40 chart, expanding his popularity beyond just country music fans. It was also well received in countries like New Zealand, Australia, and parts of Europe, showing that his sincere and soothing music could connect with people worldwide. Don also tried his hand at acting, in addition to his music career. In 1975, he had a role in the movie WW and the Dixie Dance Kings, where he played a member of a band called the Dixie Dance Kings with Burt Reynolds. He later appeared as himself in a small part in Smokey and the Bandit 2. These acting opportunities showcased his laid-back charm and brought a new aspect to his image, even though music was still his main passion.
The gentle power of a lasting musical legacy.
Don Williams was famous for his calming voice, straightforward lyrics, and heartfelt emotions. His influence still motivates musicians who aim to make their music genuine and sincere. He proved that music doesn't have to be complex or intense to connect with people. His songs seemed effortless and relatable, like having a conversation in melody, inspiring many budding musicians to believe in their own voices and stories. His legacy continues to serve as a beacon for those searching for authenticity and warmth in their artistic endeavors. Don Williams was known not only for his music, but also for his humble way of living. He never acted superior to others and believed that everyone was trying their best in life. This belief influenced how he interacted with people, always showing kindness, patience, and respect. Whether he was meeting fans, collaborating with other musicians, or going about his daily life, he displayed a quiet grace in his behavior. Even when performing in front of big audiences who came to see him sing, Don Williams stayed humble. He was shy about the praise he received. His modesty was genuine and ingrained in his character. He didn't fake surprise or humility. He was genuinely surprised by the impact his music had on others. This sincere response made fans feel a connection with him as a person, not just as a performer. His authenticity was a big reason why his music was popular among a wide audience. Don Williams had a talent for writing songs that resonated with people of all ages and backgrounds globally. His music had a peaceful and soothing vibe, without any rush or loud sounds. Each musical note was played thoughtfully, providing a sense of ease rather than stress. Listening to his music was like finding calm reassurance in a hectic world. Although Don Williams' songs may have appeared straightforward at first glance, they were actually the result of profound reflection and hard work. He was meticulous in selecting the perfect words, tunes, and rhythms for each song. The lyrics were infused with heartfelt emotion, and the melodies were crafted to resonate softly with listeners. Despite the subtle nature of his efforts, the careful attention to detail in his music gave it enduring power. Don Williams was open to evolving and trying new things as an artist. For each new album, he searched for subtle ways to push his boundaries. He incorporated various instruments and rhythms to convey his beliefs in innovative ways. Despite experimenting, he maintained the serene and tranquil vibe that his fans adored. Some advised him to stick to what he knew, but he decided to continue growing while staying true to himself. This equilibrium allowed his music to remain current without sacrificing its essence. His voice was easily identifiable because it reflected his distinct personality. As soon as people heard him sing, they could immediately tell it was him. This wasn't just because of the way he sounded, but because of the sincerity that was evident in all of his performances. His voice wasn't trying to show off. Its goal was to create a connection, and that bond made his music impossible to forget. Don Williams had a unique appearance that set him apart. Before cowboy hats were popular in country music, he wore his old hat and faded jeans. His hat appeared well-traveled, and his jeans seemed like an old friend. This simple style made him easy to approach, like a regular person you might see at a diner or walking down the street. He didn't try to look fancy or flashy, he just looked like himself. His down-to-earth demeanor made him even more likable. What do you think about Don Williams? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Before you go, be sure to click on the video shown on your screen.